4, 3. What are you doing?
I can't find that sweet spot I had. Okay,
You good now?
I'm very good.
Okay.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Half a Nice Day podcast with your host, Joshua.
And Janine.
And again, I'm going to say this. We have a very exciting episode for everyone. We are back with our handy advice special.
It's your spiel now.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like my catchphrase.
No more. What was the first thing you said? Yo-yo embryo.
Yo-yo embryo. Yeah, that never took off. I got a lot of backlash, especially from
From your friends.
my
basically.
friends, if I have any. Just kidding. But this is a very good episode. We're back to our handy advice special.
Yeah.
And we got in 2 questions from our listeners.
Looking back, all of our handy advice have been...
Really bad.
No, relationships. About
okay.
relationships.
Oh, yeah. Thinking about it, yeah.
Is there anything that we've received that is not about relationships?
No.
Right?
You think people know us as a relationship podcast, you think?
I don't know. I hope not.
Yeah, we know about a multitude of topics, I don't think.
Like...
Hats. I know a lot about hats. And
current events.
current events for sure.
Uh-huh.
Musical instruments, if you're interested in knowing about it.
Like, please name a musical instrument that you play.
Flute.
I don't think you know how to play
I can play the flute.
You can?
I can. I didn't tell you this?
No.
I was part of this flute band back in church called the Wind Bloomers.
Can you stop making stuff
I'm
up?
not making stuff up, dude. This is exact what happened when I was growing up in Dubai.
Really?
Yeah.
The name is the Wind Bloomers.
The Wind Bloomers.
Stop.
I'm not kidding right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. Why is this so funny? What is it so hard for you to... I'm Indian. Of course I can play the flute. I'm a snake charmer.
Because I can just imagine you playing a flute while you were young.
Yeah, I know the
I'm
proper...
imagining young Joshua playing the flute.
I was really fat, so I had this extra air in my body. So, of course, I had to expel it out in some form, some shape or form that air had to come out of me.
Wait, so how does a flute band work? Like, is there an alto? Is there a baritone flute? Is there some higher notes?
We all had the same exact flute. It was this wooden flute.
No, but what I'm saying is that do you all have different tunes that you have to go through?
Just whoever could blow harder would be like in the front, and those who were like, "Are you dying?" Then they stay in the back.
So you're in the front because you have so much air.
I was
that you
in the
have to-
front. I was the main star.
Wow.
Like once I remember, I think I had a flute solo.
Do you have a picture of this?
Yeah, I have tons of pictures of this.
We're going to put it out on the podcast.
Done.
You're not kidding.
I'm not kidding. Why is it so hard for you to imagine I'm talented? It's like, Josh? Yeah, the guy who sits and does nothing all day and plays Snake is on his Nokia.
Okay, fine. We'll put that picture up. I'm still not convinced that it's true, but okay.
It's 100% true.
Fine, if you say so.
I had an amazing childhood.
I'm sure you did.
It was an average childhood. But yeah, coming back to...
Yeah, why is it all about relationships, guys? Come on, you can ask Josh questions about flutes and how it works.
And you can ask Janine stuff about like complaining and
What is that supposed to mean?
you know what I mean. And you can also ask Janine about make-believe stuff.
Because
She doesn't believe anything in the world. And she loves unicorns and mermaids. The only 2 things on this planet that are fictional.
Sorry, what? They are real.
Whatever. The same way Harry Potter is real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same way that he lives in a country called United Kingdom. Not United Kingdom, sorry. In Britain? What is Britain, guys? No such thing, guys. The only place in the world is
You'll
the UAE.
be cancelled by all of our British listeners.
Who's the British listener? One person? Harry Potter?
He supports me, okay?
Does he?
Yes. The same way I support him
Okay.
with my dedicated shelf about Harry Potter.
She has this one shelf in her house, which is the worst shelf in existence of mankind.
Why are you such a hater?
Because he's not real. Can you watch something real which is like historically accurate, like Lord of the Rings or something?
I'm not gonna throw shade at Lord of the Rings because it's a good movie, but Harry Potter is better.
You still haven't done this debate.
You know what, guys? We will ask you. Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? You tell us. We will let you decide.
Yeah.
We'll make sure to put that in the polls. Anyway, let's go back to the scheduled program, okay?
Yes, back to regularly scheduled.
Program.
We have to hit our rapid fire questions.
Did I miss a pew or you went an extra?
You missed a pew.
I missed a pew.
You missed it, yeah. You prematured pube.
Oof. Okay, fine. I'll make sure that our next rapid fire questions we do it well.
We hit that sync.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go first.
Yeah, you're gonna go first.
Because this is another handy advice relationship podcast. We're gonna be asking each other about relationships. My question is, let's say you're dating someone, okay?
Nice.
And
Sweet.
you're
Finally.
already,
Nice.
You're already liking it.
Yeah.
Okay, say you've been dating this girl for 4 months.
Is she hot?
Okay, fine. She's hot.
Nice.
Irrelevant, but she's hot. Okay.
Nice.
And you then introduce her to your parents. Okay. Then your parents are so against her. You try and bring her home for the second time because maybe the first time wasn't just a great first impression. So you bring her in for the second time and still they haven't changed their minds. They still don't like her.
Yeah.
Eventually you move on with the relationship, but your parents are still against her.
Why are they against her, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't know, something. I don't know. I haven't thought this through. That was the question. Like, your parents are against your girlfriend of 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Would you, A, continue the relationship, or B, break it off and try to lessen the suffering?
See, it depends as well from my side, how much I like this girl. Like, do I see a future with her? Do I see myself marrying her in the long run? But if it's like a kind of fling, I would break it off. But obviously it's not going to be a fling because I'm introducing her to my parents. So.
Yeah.
So it's going to be something serious. I think I would still date this girl if I really, really like her.
Really?
Like, despite my parents not liking her at all, I think I would still keep this relationship going. Because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to make them happy, but I'm trying to make myself happy. And her happy as well, I guess, if she's happy.
But what if, I'm just thinking out loud,
Go.
sometimes our parents see things that we don't see. Or people outside of our relationship see things that we don't see.
Yeah, because you're in that relationship bubble and it's like clouded with a lot of love.
Yeah.
And you can't
like
even tell a person.
so infatuated by this person that...
See, that's the thing. If in that moment I feel they are wrong, like maybe I could understand from them, like, what is the thing that you didn't like about this girl? Is it something that the way she treats me or the way that I treat her, or there's no compatibility between us?
You'll speak to them about it.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, I think I would bring a girl to my parents if I knew that I do see a future with her. Because my parents, they know like 1%, not 1%, like maybe like 50% of my dating history. If I feel like it's just a fling and not gonna go anywhere, then I wouldn't even bring up the topic that I am dating someone.
Okay.
But obviously, I would try to speak to them because I would love, best case scenario, I want them to be at the wedding and I want them to fully support this whole union that I'm about to embark on. But then if it doesn't work out, I would like to hear their side of the story and maybe try to bridge the gap somewhere. But for me, my parents' say in who I marry isn't a big deal for me. I'm just trying to put it in the nicest way I can. Like, if I still love this girl and I know from the bottom of my heart that something is going to flourish out of this relationship, then I will still do it even behind my parents.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does that answer your question?
I think so.
What would you say if you can summarize it in like 30 seconds or less?
My parents mean a lot to me. And I know that they're only looking out for me.
Right.
I'm sure they're going to see through a person. And I haven't introduced a lot of guys to my dad. So I guess the guy that I will introduce to him means that this guy I'm going to marry. And I'm sure my parents will see through the guy that I'm going to introduce to them. But if they say no, it's going to be tough because I think I will honor their opinion.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I've done that mistake before. I didn't honor my mom's opinion and it really caused a dent in our relationship. And I really respect what my parents say. You know, they have good judgment. They raised me after all. So I think I will honor what they say. I'm still shaky about that as well. Because even the parents usually want what's best for their kids at the end of the day. But sometimes it can also be very negative. Yeah.
Because they don't know your history of dating. They don't know your past relationships to some extent. And you're in the relationship, not them.
You're right. I think it really depends on how close you are to your parents.
Exactly. If they know everything about you, like my parents, they know a lot about me, but especially like when dating preferences and all these things, I don't think they know.
Yeah, like my mom and I were very, very close. Like she knows my preferences. I tell her everything. So if my mom doesn't like the guy, then that is a big red flag. And since my question was, I've been dating this guy for 4 or 5 months, I will drop the guy because it's just 4 to 5 months.
Yeah, that's...
You know? But if I've been dating this guy for a year or so, and that's already deeper into the relationship, then that's where I'll find myself in a pickle.
Okay.
Hence why I always make sure that my mom knows about everything from the get-go, because then she can foresee things that I might not see because I'm so into the relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my mom knows my whole dating life. My dad, no. Haven't introduced anyone to my dad, but my mom, she knows everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good answer as well.
Okay.
So we're not on the exact same page, I would say.
Yeah.
But I think we both have our own preferences when it comes to...
I think one thing's for sure, we both are our parents so much.
That's true.
Yeah.
For sure. For shiz.
Yeah. Asian kids.
You know, my question was something like that as well. Yeah, but mine was not about the parents, about the best friend.
Okay.
But so I'll change it. I had something else in the back of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're dating this guy for 3 months. Not 3 months. Okay, I'll put it for 2 months.
Okay.
And all the dates were really good. And you really hit it off. There was a really solid connection.
Mm-hmm.
Then he breaks up with you over text.
Ooh.
Do you think that's socially acceptable? Like, how many dates is okay to break up with text? And when do you have to start moving from that and break up in person?
First of all, it doesn't matter how long you've been dating in order for breaking up over text to be okay.
You didn't put a formal relationship.
You didn't formalize the relationship.
You didn't formalize the relationship.
Like, we're not dating exclusively.
Yeah, you didn't put what's that term? Like, you didn't put a label on it. Sorry.
Okay.
You didn't put a label on this
relationship.
What you guys are doing in this relationship.
But we've been seeing each other.
But you've been seeing each other at least twice a week for the last 2 months.
Twice a week? That's a lot.
Yeah. So you
the past
met
2 months, so
each
like
other
8 times.
Yeah.
That's almost like a serious relationship to be meeting someone that much. So it's not okay. First of all, it's never okay to break up with someone over text. Probably if you've been talking, you haven't met, or you met once or twice, fine.
Okay.
3 times maximum.
So fourth, you would expect to meet in person and say, I don't see this going anywhere.
Of course. Call me at the very least, or send me a voice note for Pete's sake.
A voice note? I think that's worse than an SMS.
No, come on. I think SMS is the cringiest, most, how do I say it, weakest move a guy or a woman can do.
I don't think so.
Why?
Because see, it depends on... Because even I've broken up with a girl over text.
Yeah, but that's wrong.
It is wrong, but... Okay, mine was wrong because we were dating for a bit. But if it's like a one time...
Exactly, this is what I said. If it was a one time, second time, third max of both of you seeing each other and you just don't feel it, fine. Send an SMS, send, I don't know, a WhatsApp message, a long one at least, explaining, hey, you know, it's been a good ride, but I just don't really see this going anywhere. But seeing each other for like almost 8 to 10 times in a span of 2 months, I'm sure you've already introduced at least one friend to each other. Yeah. So it's not okay to break up over a text in that way, in that sense. Also, that's disrespectful.
I think the bare minimum to do is, like what you said, a phone call.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the situation also calls for them to meet in person and break up in person. I think a call can explain everything.
Maybe not. Or
a Zoom call.
Yeah. Corona. But yeah, I think that's... Guys, please. And women as well. Have manners. Don't pick up over a text. Call someone. Like, why wouldn't you call someone? Because you're scared of what they're going to say and you won't be able to reply right away to what they're going to say.
Yeah.
Man up. Woman up.
Okay.
You know, own up to whatever you're going to tell them.
That's true.
It's tough, of course.
It's the worst feeling in the world. Breaking up is the worst.
It's very... I would never want to be in that position to be the one breaking up with someone. Also, you don't want to be the one who's being broken up with.
Would you rather be the breaker upper or would you be on the giving end or the receiving end of the breakup?
You know what? Either way, it's tough. Either way, it's tough. Because if you've broken up with someone, then at that point, you're okay. But trust me, when you see that person with someone else, it's gonna sting.
Who won the breakup? Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever got the.
And then on the other hand, the one who got broken up with feels really bad at that moment, and eventually
they start to feel
move on.
better.
You know, they start feeling better. So it's either you want to feel bad right away and then move on, or you want to be okay and then feel the slump and then go back up. So
yeah, you can't have it all. You
yeah.
have to decide what is your.
Exactly.
What's
Either
your
way,
choice,
it's gonna be
yeah.
difficult.
Yeah.
Also, you're gonna be the bad person because you're the one who broke up with that person. You know.
But it puts you in the higher position at the beginning.
At the beginning.
Like when like if you're dating someone and like, oh, you guys broke up. Who broke up with who? I'm like, I broke up with, like, nice, dude.
I don't know. I don't look at it that way ever. Like if someone asks who broke up, and I also don't ask who broke up.
I always ask. That's my first question.
Like, who broke up with who?
I want to know who won.
It's not a game.
No, but I'm just saying, like, it for me, that's the first thing I would like to know.
Like what, you earn points for being so macho that you broke up with someone?
No, because that's the person who rose to the occasion. Obviously, there was something in the relationship that.
Yeah, but what if the other person was cheated on?
That's a different situation. That's another topic of discussion.
Fine. Yeah, but it's not a game.
Okay, if it's one date.
Okay.
But it was the best date of your life. And he
Okay.
and like you got home and you're like super
In cloud nine.
you're on cloud nine and like you are like flushed with a whole wave of emotions. And then you got home and then you see, hey, I just got home. Hope you did too. And he's like, I did, and I didn't, but I just want to be upfront with you, and I didn't really enjoy my time.
I got something like that.
Yeah?
Yeah, but not. Now I can laugh at it, but at that time I was really heartbroken, by the way.
Loser.
Yeah.
I've never had that.
Yeah, because they never messaged you back. You like had so much
Hey, I
fun.
got home.
And you've been blocked on WhatsApp.
Like, why is their picture suddenly missing?
Why can't I message her?
She must have never got home. She must have died on her way home. That's fine. That's okay. I will accept that.
Yeah, it was painful for a while. I'm like, what is wrong with
Wait,
me?
can we talk about it? I want to hear this because I don't think I've heard this.
So I had so much fun. Okay. Went home, messaged the guy. First, I waited, okay? Because I'm like, maybe
I'm a
he'll message
lady.
me.
Okay. Yeah.
And like after 30 minutes to an hour, no message. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, let me message first, you know?
That's when you started panicking?
I didn't panic, but I was just like, you know what? Let me message because I'm about to sleep anyway. So I messaged and I'm like, hey, thanks so much. Had a great time.
Wait, what did you guys do? Did you do even something adventurous or just like a...
No, we just had a dinner.
That's why. What kind of cuisine?
Filipino food.
No, then he should have loved you and married you instantaneously.
I know, right? I thought it was...
Wait, which Filipino restaurant? That depends. Can we say it?
We just went to Max's.
That's not the Filipino food.
Come on, it is Filipino food.
It's like if you want the McDonald's of Filipino food.
That's not McDonald's of the Filipino food. Come on, do not insult Max's. They have great chicken and they have
okay chicken.
They have good sinigang as well. We had sinigang.
Oh yeah, their sinigang is actually really good. How much did you eat? Maybe that's why.
Chicken.
Maybe he saw how much you ate and he's like,
probably, right?
This one.
Yeah, he's not Filipino, by the way.
Where was he from?
I don't want to talk about it.
Say it.
No, I'm not gonna call him out. What if he listens to my podcast?
Then it's his fault for breaking up with you. So just say it. Say it. You're just saying the nationality. You're not saying his name.
Because he's particularly half and half.
Oh.
And if I say it, people who know him would probably know that I'm talking about him. He doesn't live in Dubai anymore.
It's a unique.
Very unique.
Mix.
Yes. You know who I'm talking about.
Okay, I think it's coming up.
Anyway, I messaged him and I'm like, hey, had a great time, blah, blah, blah. He didn't message me back.
The whole time you never...
No. I think he messaged me like the next morning or like a day or two after.
That doesn't count. He messaged you.
No, but it was just like you know.
Like a courtesy reply.
Yeah.
So sad.
It
so
was.
Sad.
It was. And then I moved on. I was like, okay, fine. Whatever. Moved on.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a month later, he messaged me. Like he reacts to one of my stories on Instagram and he's like, oh, you're so cute. I'm like, what do you mean, dude? What do you mean? Ladies, if you're listening, if you have any men in your life who is like this, who's flaky, that's a big red flag.
Also for the men, if you have any girl in your life that is flaky,
True. Yeah, true.
tell that girl bye.
Yeah, boy, bye. At that moment, you'll start thinking, because, I was trying to get out of my shell. I've been single for a while.
Try to get out of my shell. I invite a guy to Max's restaurant. That's not getting out of your shell.
Because it wasn't a date. It was more of like, we were friends. And we, like,
That's even worse, Like, you're friends, and you're like, can we just go out, just the two of us, for Max's restaurant? And then he's like, yeah, sure. And then you have, like, a very like a spectacular time. And then he's like, this is the worst date
Deuces.
I've ever had in my life.
No, he had fun. He said he liked the food, but...
Wait, no, maybe, did he pay the bill, or did you split it, or...
We split the bill.
Okay.
That's a sign, right?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Did you force yourself to split?
He was taking out his wallet, and then I was like, no, let's split it up because I invited you.
Okay.
And he's like, fine, sure.
Okay.
And he was like, I'll take the next one.
And there was no next one.
Well, actually, there was, but like months after. Another red flag, Janine. You shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't have. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, so this is the longest rapid fire session that we've ever had.
We went through a lot of things.
I really liked it though.
Yeah.
I didn't imagine like we would take so long to to answer one question each.
Exactly.
But I think in the interest of time, let's keep this episode. We'll answer one question from our fan.
Yeah. So we have 2 questions at the beginning, but we're gonna put out one question now, save the other for another episode. This particular question, we got it from one of our handy forms. We have the link on our Instagram, link in bio. We also have it in all of our
show notes.
So if you would like to remain anonymous, you can use that form. Just send us your question and we'll try to answer it in one of our handy advice special episodes. So Josh, you want to read out his message?
Yeah, I'll read it out. So the question that we got was, hey Josh and Janine, been listening to Have a Nice Day since episode 1 and find you guys to be super entertaining.
Thank you.
Thank you, listener. I have a question to ask and hope you can keep me anonymous. So we'll keep this guy anonymous for the...
His name is Toot. Kidding.
Toot toot. Maybe he's a Filipino who has 2 names. Toot toot. Okay, but I've been dating this girl for over 4 months and never felt like this for any girl I've dated before. I've been there, dude. And we connect on every level and really think that she can be the one. Too soon? I know, that was in brackets. Unfortunately, she has to go back to Canada and take care of her mom for an indefinite period of time. So we don't know how to handle this. Should we try long distance? Even if 90% of the time it doesn't work, that was in brackets as well, or should we break up before it gets even tougher? Keep up the good work, guys, and looking forward to what you have to say.
First of all, this dude is either Filipino or Lebanese or his girlfriend is, because she's going back to Canada to take care of her mom.
Definitely Filipino.
Or Lebanese.
Or Indian. There are a lot of Indians in
True,
Canada.
actually, yeah. Thank you so much, first of all, to Toot Toot for sending this. We're going to keep him anonymous as,
for privacy purposes.
That's
maybe.
what he asked for.
Yeah.
Maybe we start with congratulations on meeting this girl and congratulations on being in love. I think that's a beautiful thing, especially that he said that they connect in every level and really thinks that she's the one. When he says too soon, I know, I don't think so. He says that they've been dating for over 4 months. Sometimes you meet a person and even by the 2nd, 3rd month, you know that this person is the one. Right?
But that's just the cloudy judgment as well. Maybe.
You think?
I don't know. He must be so infatuated with her, or maybe she's out of his league and that's why he's trying to hold on to her.
Depends on their age. Like, I would say if he's like in his early 20s, maybe. But if he's in his late 20s and early 30s, sometimes you meet someone and you know when you know.
That's true.
Right? He said they connect on every level. So that's amazing.
That is actually the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, when you find someone who, loves what you love and you have the same things that you want to do, even if you don't, but you both respect what you love doing and you have that amount of respect for each other that you want to try what that other person loves, then you hit the jackpot, dude.
It's actually really, it's really good to read this kind of question because I know a lot of guys, they feel something for a woman in a span of time which doesn't seem too normal. Like within a month of dating, he knows like, oh, I'm gonna marry this chick.
But I think the same with women, like women as well.
No, I think it takes longer for women to warm up to that idea. Like, is this the guy who I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with?
You don't know that. Sometimes we meet someone.
I know women.
We
don't
even talk to this guy, and we're already imagining our kids together. Okay.
No, that's obsessive girls. That's obsessive girls.
You see a cute guy with a cafe, and you're like, you nudge your friend, and you're like, look at that cute guy. I can already imagine our kids together. We're gonna name them Joshua and Janine.
Are we siblings in this scenario?
We're starting to look like each other, so I think we can pass.
What, you're getting darker or I'm getting lighter?
I'm getting darker because I'm going to the beach.
Yeah. Okay, so wait, but I think it depends on how old they are as well.
Yeah. I would say that he's right because, to be honest, long distance relationship is really hard. But I don't agree with what he said that even if 90% of the time it doesn't work. I don't think 90% of the time that's
I think 90% of the time it doesn't work.
No. That's too much.
I know that for sure.
I have so many friends who have been in long distance relationships and they're married now. They were married when they started this long distance?
No,
they started as not even seeing each other. Long distance relationship.
Oh, I know people like that.
And then
as well.
Saw each other, and then they had to go back to their respective countries, and then just went back and forth, seeing each other in a couple.
But that's
like
that's like
months.
The 1% of people, right? It doesn't happen for everyone. Not
that's
everything's
not 1%.
a love story.
That's not 1%.
It is 1%.
It all depends, and this is my advice for Mr. Anonymous, is for both of you to have that commitment to each other. Because if one is more into it than the other, it's not going to work. Because the other person is just going to be exhausted. Trying and pushing and doing everything. And the only downside that I see here is that your girlfriend is going to go back to Canada, will be taking care of her mom. So she'll already be preoccupied by taking care of her mom, making sure that her mom's okay and all that.
And I think this listener's also in Dubai, so the time difference between Canada and the UAE is going to be crazy as well.
You're so right.
So when she's awake, she's asleep, he's awake.
Yeah.
And especially when she's going to be taking care of her mom.
Yeah.
So if you're that kind of guy, dude, who's like really dependent on this girl and you want a reply within minutes,
yeah,
then I don't think you should be trying for a long distance relationship.
Agreed.
And the same that goes vice versa, because obviously you cannot. I know people who are in long distance relationships, it barely works because of the sole purpose of the time difference. And especially if you don't make a commitment to each other. So that means, dude, you have to give up one day during the weekend so you can actually talk to each other on a webcam or something.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's sustainable if you stay awake every night trying to wait for her to come online.
Yeah.
Or even vice versa. And she's taking care of her mom, so you cannot demand her to always make time for you. And also you have to understand what kind of guy and girl you are in this relationship. Like, are you the person who needs that proximity? Do you need that physical touch every week, I would say?
What is your love language?
Yeah.
Are you more of a quality time person? Are you more of a gift person? Are you more of... Really depends. Learn your love language.
Your word of affirmation.
Is it words of affirmation? You're right.
You need to talk constantly.
And there are different types of people. So my advice would be for both of you to sit down. And if you really want to proceed with this, start laying down a plan. Like, what is your plan 3 months in, 6 months in, a year in?
Yeah.
Who's going to move where? What is your short-term plan? What is your long-term plan? Will you guys keep on flying in each other's countries every 3 months to see each other?
Yeah.
And then after that, what is the long-term plan? Do you see both of yourselves getting married to each other? And in that case, will she come back here or will you fly to Canada and stay there? These are the things that you guys need to think about. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the way that he mentioned this relationship is like he found the one and he's really, really in love. And that's very rare I wouldn't say very rare, but it's in this day and age, it's difficult to find someone that you connect with on every level. And if you found someone that you do connect with, it's worth trying. It's worth fighting for. Sit down, lay down a plan, and commit to each other because it's going to be hard. But I think if you're going into this with both of your heads, strong with a plan and knowing that it's going to be difficult and you're both going to have to support one another when one is down, one should be there and all that. I think you can make it work.
I think so. There are two things which I learned about long distance relationships along the way. Is the first one is that you should both be on the same page. What like Janine mentioned, you cannot go into a long distance relationship if you haven't defined the relationship as a whole. Like you don't know if you're gonna be getting married to each other, or what is your long term goal. What is the thing that you want to come out of this relationship? And the second thing is, let's say you do plan to take this relationship forward, and if you plan on experiencing this long distance relationship, there's one thing that I read which is really good. Like, don't talk for the sake of talking. Like I would like it'll be great if you can talk every day nonstop and just talk about anything, but just don't like try to make small talk. Hey, how's your day? And don't ask those same questions over and over again. Like, talk when there's something to be spoken about.
Yeah, or like write down notes so that you both remember what you want to go through by the time that you both talk to each other.
Yeah,
I think that's nice, so that you can both fill in, you know, what happened with each other's lives. And you don't have, again, it depends on what your love language is, but you don't have to talk 24/7.
Yeah.
You know, we're getting older. I think if you both love each other, you both understand that even without talking 24/7 or texting each other 24/7, that you trust each other. Oh, that's the main thing. Trust.
I was gonna say that if you're the jealous type,
Yeah.
don't do it, dude.
Yeah. No.
Because let's say you have a Zoom date scheduled on a Saturday, and she's like, "Oh, sorry, I'm going out with the girls. We're going out for drinks or something like that, just to unwind."
Yeah.
And at the back of your head, you're thinking she's gonna do something crazy. She's gonna do something that will break this relationship. Then sorry, dude, that's not gonna work. Because first of all, she's a million miles away, and she's not gonna have you around to keep a leash on her. And same way goes for him as well. I know you're in the UAE, a lot of attractive women around. So at the same time, I would suggest that you have a solid foundation that's built around trust.
Super agree. I think we gave solid advice. Is there anything that you want to add to that?
My final word: don't do it.
You're
No,
so
I'm serious.
negative,
No,
Nancy.
dude. This guy's been dating her for 4 months, and he seems like a fresh kid, out of college or something.
We don't know that.
There's so much to go for you, dude. If I had more details, I could dissect this better. But
yeah, I wish we knew how old he is and where he is in his life. If you're younger, I would say
screw it, dude. You have
Yeah.
women falling for you,
Not
falling
in that
on your
way.
feet.
No. If you're younger, go out and meet more people. If both of you are meant for each other, it will happen. It will happen. If it's written in the stars, it will happen.
Yeah.
But don't tie yourself down when you're younger.
Yeah.
Experience
life, dude. Go to
Yeah.
the beach at 6 a.m.
Yeah. But if you're in your, late 20s to early 30s to your late 30s, even in your 40s, and you feel that you met someone.
Yeah, when time is not on your side and you
I
get
wouldn't say
desperate.
time is not on your side. Do not know. Men and women, please don't listen to Joshua. Never settle for someone. But if you're in, more of the later stage of your age, it gets a little bit more difficult to find someone that you connect with.
Yeah, that's true.
When you're in your teenage years or early 20s, of course you're going to connect with any other person.
Because all the good ones are taken. You have to, whichever girl shows interest in you now, just marry her. Okay, guys? That's my advice.
I don't even know why we're doing this handy advice with Joshua. Like, his advice. My advice is never to listen to what Joshua says.
No, but I'm kidding. But if you're young, I would suggest brush this aside, break up before it gets tougher. But if you are in a later stage of your life and you are 100% certain, without a single doubt in your heart, that things will go really well with this girl, and this is the girl you want to spend the rest of your life with, and you expect flowers and rainbows and everything from this relationship, then give it a try. What's the worst that could happen?
Give it a try if the girl says she wants to give it a try as
exactly. Worst case scenario, you break up, and all of us are going to experience that in some form in our lives.
Yeah.
Not even in a relationship, maybe with like an animal, like a pet, or with parents or something. But we do what we can in these situations, and let the future Mr. Anonymous handle it when that situation comes to it.
Agreed.
I'm very happy with my advice.
I'm not. So guys, I think that's it. Thank you so much for listening. We'll save the other question for our next handy advice relationship episode. Please send us your questions, message us or DM us on our Instagram at Have a Nice Day Podcast. You can send us an email at haveanicedayshow@gmail.com. Once again, if you want to remain anonymous, you can send us an entry on our Google form on our link in bio on Instagram. We also have the link within the show notes section of this episode and all of our previous episodes. Please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. We would really appreciate if you can send us 5 stars if you deem that we deserve that, or send us a review if you enjoy listening to us.
Write something nice about us.
Please.
Say that how bad Josh was destroyed your relationship or something like that.
Yeah, yes, please.
I would love to hear about that.
Section. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcasts from. I am killing it.
You are killing it, actually. Wow, without like taking a breath.
Right?
Yeah.
That was all like like an Armalite.
You came in like guns a-blazing.
What type of gun is that?
Though I play Modern Warfare, so I know every noise a gun makes.
No, you don't.
Skra! Is it a little drummer boy now?
No, the little flute boy. AKA Joshua Dias.
Guys, I'll do a live stream actually of me playing the flute for
of you fluting
for all my listeners. I think you deserve that.
No, they don't.
Send us a DM of
spare your ears, guys.
What song you would like us to play?
Oh
like me
gosh.
to play, sorry, because Janine
doesn't
doesn't appreciate the musical soundings of a flute.
Musical soundings. Oh goodness! Thank you guys for everything.
Thank you so much, really.
And on that note, have a nice day. What was that?
That was my flute noise.
We love
Peace
you
out,
guys.
guys.